Season as both of these programs try to make an early statement and build that resume. Welcome everyone to the home of the LSU Fighting Tigers, Baton Rouge and Tiger Stadium. As we'll see the number 17 team in the country, the Clemson Tigers, taking on the 10th ranked team in the land, the LSU Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Tigers about to kick it away and get this season started. He'll bring it out. It's Parker. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. The Tigers offense will have the football first. Johnson looking to throw. Quickly complete. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. Got the completion on the last play, still some work to do on second down. Gets the back moving. To the air on second down. And the quarterback is sacked. There are penalty flags down, but this might be doubly bad for the offense. I think the penalty might be on them. They'll decline that penalty, obviously very happy with the results of the play. On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Find some fresh air. Oh, he's got some space. How about this sophomore learning when to just do it himself? LSU quick to the line.
Really nice awareness that time by the quarterback. He knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up the first down. He's scrambling on that play, and there are a lot of guys out there that would slide, that would try to run out of bounds, protect themselves, but that was really tough what he did. He put his body on the line to go pick up that first.
He stopped after getting a yard out to the 30. Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be third and short. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going to take off. He did not make it a stone wall on third down. Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. Looks as if they might have a little something going on that drive, but they'll have to kick it. So the Clemson Tigers offense will go to work for the first time. Guys, if you listen closely, I think you can hear the jawing going already between this quarterback and wide receiver. What a matchup, Jesse, it's going to be between those two.
You know, so many people have already been talking about this individual one-on-one matchup, David, and it's going to be happening out on an island.
And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone, they're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions, and then the pass rush, they win up front.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Throws to the tight end. Soft spot in the middle. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. Off the bootleg and rolling out. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete. So now it's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Grabbed over the middle. It's Brown. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Better get that seismograph ready here in Death Valley. Huge 3rd down coming. Looking to throw for it. Caught behind the line. It's Haynes. He couldn't find anywhere to go, and now it's 4th down. So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin him deep. And they'll let that one go, and it'll roll out of bounds. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more...
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
And you're seeing the pass rush on the second play of the drive. They dial it up. Look at the speed and athleticism this defense has as they corral the quarterback for a loss.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
Yeah, and the defensive lineman, you know, 3rd and long situations, I'm rushing the quarterback. You bring in the nickel, a little bit more speed on the field, and the defensive line gets home and gets the sack on 3rd down.
LSU will bring the punt team on the field. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He gets it away from his own end zone. Take the return out of the equation in this rainy weather. Fair catch is signaled for and made. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Rush is on him. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
That is how you start a drive. Meet the physical challenge on 1st down. Rush the quarterback, get the sack on 2nd down, and now put him in a 3rd and long situation. Nice job by this defense.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Catch in the middle, it's Haynes. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. Clemson will send the punt team out. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He makes the fair catch, and they'll spot the ball at the 18. Johnson wants to throw it. And down goes the quarterback. There are penalty flags down, but it looks as if this might be on the offense. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. Offense gets set for 2nd down. Quick release by the QB. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. This drive will get underway from just inside the 35 at their own 34. Off the play fake on first down. Finds the tight end. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. The play action fake. Oh, he wants it all. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down. Trying to pick up a first down. On third down, he drops to throw. He'll take another shot here. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down. So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. They'll crank up this drive from the 30-yard line. Johnson looking to throw. Got him downfield. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. This offense will snap it from the 42 on first and 10. The give to the back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Motion from the wideout. On the ground, it's Durham. Trying to impose their will on the ground as he stopped after a 5-yard pickup to the 33. He'll pull it on the read. Offenses gain momentum with third down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25. Give to the running back. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. Tried to pound it on first down, now back to the line. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Dropped after a pickup of 4 down to the 16. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. On third and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. Punch it out of the air. And they'll get enough for the first down, and that's how things will come to a close here in the first quarter. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, looking for the score. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. Wants to fire it in the end zone on third and goal. Trying to barrel in. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, LSU!
Can't start a game any better than that. Defense gets the stop, gives it back to the offense. You march down the field, you score. They're in a great rhythm now on both sides of the ball.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, it's gone final in a huge top 25 showdown. Here's how it went down. South Carolina steamrolled its way to victory today. They scored off turnovers, they scored on gadget plays, and all around masterpiece. They'll give the folks in Columbia a ton of confidence.
Going right to work up top. Caught in the backfield, it's Haynes.
Always interesting to see ranked teams collide, and today was no different. The agony and ecstasy of college football, fellas.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. They are calling for their defense in Baton Rouge. A huge third down coming up. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down. Clemson will send the punt team out. He's getting a lot of work. Fourth time he's punted tonight. Looking for running room. He'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stops. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
Boy, this defense is ridiculous. On point. They know how to rush the passers. Multiple guys getting it done. 5 sacks, and we are still in the first half.
This pass rush has just been relentless, and you can bet your bottom dollar they're about to bring the heat again. Johnson wants to throw it. Catch in the middle. It's Green. Good, solid tackle. And the Tigers come to the ball trying to pick up this third and short. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Might as well give it to him again. Found that crease, and they knock him down after a pickup of 5 to the 32. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. On the run, it's Durham. Gets it past the marker. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. LSU moving the ball quickly down the field. They go to the draw. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line? Got stuffed on first down and 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front. 7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires toward the end zone. Pass is broken up, incomplete as they were trying to strike for 6. It's 4th down, and they'll try the field goal. The kicker will reach for a 36-yard attempt. He got it, and that lead grows even bigger.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They really need to find a way to generate some kind of offense down 10-0. Intercepted, the defense has set him up. The sudden change on the turnover, man, he was looking for running room. Couldn't find that, but they'll have it at the 22.
What a nice play by the DB there. When that rain starts coming down, the ball gets a little bit heavier. The quarterback throws the ball a little bit lighter. DBs can take advantage sometimes of some underthrown balls, go out and make some big plays.
And the offense back on the field, ready to dial up ball plays. Johnson looking to throw. Swings it out to his running back. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. LSU looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
I tell you what, if I'm this QB, I am ill as a hornet in my offensive line. Are you kidding me? That's the 6th time they put me on the ground. Dudes, will y'all protect me a little bit better, please?
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And they couldn't connect on the deep shot. Let's see if things get worse. There's a flag on the field. Which way is this going to go? This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. And for the 2nd time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. Right down the boulevard. It's good. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
You've got to make the opponent pay for turning the football over. And while this team would have liked to have scored a touchdown off that pick, I think they're pretty happy getting the field.
So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. They'll operate out of split backs. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. That's reeled in. It's Haynes. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the 1st down, but a good gain on that play. The Tigers can really attack on this 2nd and short. Gives it on the option. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now on 1st down from the 30. They're going to ride this running back. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. The Tigers with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. On 3rd and short, they'll try to convert through the air. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity ladder. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Johnson wants to throw it. Finds his tight end. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. A little bit more to go after that last completion. They'll try to pick it up on 2nd down. Takes the handoff. It's Durham. Pushes ahead for a couple. They'll mark it at the 33. And the Tigers come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag on the field. They'll back him up with a holding penalty this time. They've spent most of the day backing them up with sacks anyway. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Quickly out to the tight end. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. They'll decline that penalty, obviously very happy with the results of the play. LSU will bring the punt team on the field. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. He looks it in and makes the fair catch, and they'll have it at the 32. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Looking downfield on 1st down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Turner. And he's brought down, but a flag is also down. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop. And here comes the offense on second down. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Johnson looking to throw. Now adjusting. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
That is now the 7th sack on defense. This offense cannot protect their QB. It doesn't matter if the defense is blitzing or if they're just winning one-on-one. 7 sacks? That's just ridiculous.
This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's 2nd and long. Not able to hook up there, incomplete. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Bought a little time, lets it go. The short hands, it's Watkins. Tackled right at the 43-yard line, and this knee didn't let him sniff that first down marker. They punted away on 4th down. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. The give to the tailback. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, by the looks of things, we've had one enjoyable first half in Baton Rouge. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. With that said, let's send it back to the guys in Baton Rouge.
LSU ready to boot it away and open this second half. On the move from inside his spot. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Down 2 possessions to start this 3rd quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
Clemson jumps to the line. On 3rd and short, they'll give it to the tight end. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stopper. They bring the punter onto the field now. Fair catch is called for. You want to make sure that you field it cleanly in rainy weather like this. And now this offense will take the field again. He'll keep it himself. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Johnson wants to throw it. With the catch, it's Watkins. Just gashing this defense. A big gainer to the 40-yard line. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. Hand off from the shotgun. They get him on the ground at the 33, but not before he picks up 6. The Tigers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. The running back has it. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks. 3rd and short coming from the 34. You wonder if this is 4-down territory. He'll do it himself. And boy, is he close to that 1st down, maybe just a couple of inches short. And they'll run the field goal unit back out there. This kicker has already banged a couple through. He's got it, showing off that big leg from 47 yards out.
Well, you're always going to wonder what woulda, coulda, shoulda happened on 4th and inches had they gone for it. But with this kicker, I like taking 3 points and putting it on the board.
So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. Looks like he's going to try to return it. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. After the incompletion, they go back up top. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
Well, this offense keeps giving up sacks, and they keep finding themselves in situations like this, 3rd and long right now. They don't have many points in this game, and this is a big reason why. It's hard to score if you don't keep the 3rd downs manageable. So moving forward, whether it's running the football on 1st and 2nd or throwing short passes earlier in the drives, they've got to change things up because taking sacks like this is killing this offense.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Fires to the tight end. He'll be run out of bounds, but there is a flag on the play. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defensive line stands on the result of the play. Clemson will send the punt team out. He'll try to really get into this one. Fair catch is called for in the midst of all this rain. Concentrate on one thing. Make the catch. Got a man. It's Hill. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the 1st down. Toss sweep to the left. There was just nowhere to cut back. Great job by the defense, and he'll have to take the loss. Johnson looking to throw. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. They'll be forced to kick for the 6th time tonight. Fair catch is signaled for and made. They'll mark it at the 12, and they'll start in a bit of a hole. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. A quick pass to the left. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. The Tigers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Running back searching for a hole. Breaks into the open. He'll get a fresh set of downs stopped at the 31-yard line. It's 1st and 10 from the 31. They'll ride the hot hand. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. And the Tigers have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. Off the RPO, complete. He goes down at the 47 after a 5-yard pickup. They've picked up a couple of 1st downs to start this drive, and now 1st and 10 from the 47. Leaves it with the back. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. The Tigers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Motion from the back. Back to pass on 2nd down. Working that left side. He almost picked up the 1st down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. Better get that seismograph ready here in Death Valley. Huge 3rd down coming. He didn't even have a chance to get back to the line. What a job by this defense in front. Tries to get it on the ground. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. Here's an opportunity for this offense in search of its first touchdown. It's 1st and 10. Here's the pressure. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
Well, they're able to get the negative play, great individual effort. I know LSU's defense always goes by DBU, but they've had some big-time players up front on that D-line, too. And you think recently, guys like Marcus Spears, Glenn Dorsey, Kiki Mingo, Daniil Hunter, dudes that can line up one-on-one. These guys were like avatars with their frames. So difficult to block and so athletic. That's what this guy reminds you of sometimes.
They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on 3rd. And it's incomplete as he was trying to make the play in the back corner of the end zone. Here comes the field goal unit. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. And it's right down the boulevard. That'll cut the lead to 13. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Alabama opened up a can, and how many times can you say you went into someone else's house and beat them by double digits? It's what happened today, and the rest of college football should take notice. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. LSU right back to the line.
And how about the running back, man? Rips off a big play. This offense creates some momentum, and what do? They keep their foot on the gas right back on the football to try to keep this offense rolling.
He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling. The Tigers now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. Johnson wants to throw it. Pressure coming. He's sacked. Tried to get away, but the defense tracked him down.
That's a big-time play on the D-line right there. And listen, you know, they've had a lot of NFL guys in recent years up front. William the Fridge Perry, old school Clemson great on the D-line. He'd be proud of watching that performance on that last play. This guy right here, man, sometimes he just looks like a throwback.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. Punt is on its way. Just needs a crack to get a return. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Power football with the run. Turning it on. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this 3rd period. If you like old-school running games, this has been the game for you and a couple of guys who starred through the first 3 periods. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. They go back to work with the 1st down in the final period of this one. To the ground. He's got it again. Fights off the defender. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Gives it on the option. Picks up the 1st down, still moving. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Clemson ready to go back to work with another 1st down. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. Got his man downfield. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Hold on.
This offensive line trying anything to protect the quarterback at this point. Nothing's working, and they'll back up after the holding penalty. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Here comes the offense on second down. Looking to fire. Got it in the middle. It's Haynes. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. They are calling for their defense in Baton Rouge. A huge third down coming up. Bringing the heat. Got a man. It's Haynes. Now well within striking distance as that third down play gets them a first at the 29. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. And he's stopping behind the line of scrimmage, tried to break out the spin move and still couldn't get loose. Going to swing it on second down. The screen, he can go. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Pulls it in. It's Haynes. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. The return never really got started, but boy, he has set his team up at the 28.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situational football. It's fourth down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back.
There he goes. Finally forced out of bounds. Maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49. And the Tigers, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Johnson looking to throw. Oh, they're after him. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. Off and running. He's at the 10. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. They are so close to a score, they can smell it on the first play of the drive. First and goal. Quarterback on the keeper. Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. They'll send the back in motion. Second down, he'll throw it. Lets it go to the end zone. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Tigers. The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. They got the ball in great field position, and bam, bam, 2 plays and into the end zone. He'll return it. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They'll give it to the back. Oh, he's got some space. That's why a good running game is a coach's and quarterback's best friend when you're trying to put the lid on the game.
And I think if you're the head coach, defensively now, obviously, you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. You're trailing at this point, and the offense is going to be running the football, trying to bleed the clock. They're going to take as much time off the game clock as they can before snapping it. You've got to start thinking about using some of those timeouts.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. The Tigers come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. They'll try to bully their way for the first. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. LSU will bring the punt team on the field. Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Things had not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset. The Tigers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Gonna run it. It's Haynes. And the ball's loose in the backfield. Oh, the offense fortunate to fall on that one, and they'll live to find another play. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. Here's the return. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Now the offense will try to run out the clock with the lead. Running to the left. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
This is a big pressure moment for the offense, too, because they've got the lead, but it's now 3rd down on their own side of the field. They would love nothing more than to be able to convert this, stay on the field, keep bleeding the clock. But the defense, I'd expect them to bring pressure here, trying to force the ball out of the QB.
Looking deep down the right side. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. Now on the return. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Grab behind the line. It's Haynes. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. The pull and throw off the RPO. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Better get that seismograph ready here in Death Valley. Huge 3rd down coming. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got an open man. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the 1st down. And the Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver comes in motion. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. They just keep firing. That's caught. It's Turner. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there. Still a little ground cover to pick up the 1st. Snap from the gun on 3rd down. It's complete to the left. Now well within striking distance as that 3rd down play gets them a 1st at the 29. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Just inside the 30 at the 29, it's 1st and 10. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19.
And this offense doesn't have very many runs left in them. They try to sneak in the run. Nice job by the defense making the tackle. But they've got to try to maximize their time, maximize their plays to try to get some points on the board.
That is is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. He's moving out of the pocket. He got enough for the first down before sliding, but there is a marker on the field. It might be coming back.
Hold.
They'll back him up with a holding penalty this time. They've spent most of the day backing them up with sacks anyway. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here.
And if you're the defense right now, you've given up some yards on this drive, but you've got a possession lead. You just need one more stop after that last incompletion setting.
A shot toward the end zone. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. And the offense is content with where it is. They'll take a knee. How much fun was that? I mean, you just dream of having games like that every time you go into the booth. I'll watch those two teams play anytime.
Yeah, that's what's fun about good teams. Really good teams squaring off. Like, there wasn't a lot of difference between these two squads. We could watch these every week. Love calling these games because they're competitive. Great talent on the field. Palmer, unfortunately, somebody had to lose.
Yeah, and the higher-ranked team was ranked higher for a reason. At the end of the day, when it came down to it, they made the biggest plays in the most critical moments. Both of these teams have tremendous playmakers, and they're both going to make a lot of noise late in the college football season, but give the higher-ranked team tons of credit. They earned this one.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.